everybody. So I am doing the Happy Holiday tag from Anna Knitter, and I had recorded most of it yesterday, but the first two questions cut off. So I'm going to redo those, and then I will turn you over to me of the past to answer the other ones. So number one, what is your favorite Christmas song? I really love Walking in a Winterland or Chestnuts Roasting on an Open Fire. It's kind of it's equivalent for both of those. So those are my two favorites. And then number two, what does Christmas mean to you? So to preface, I am not a religious person, and my family is not particularly religious either, despite the fact that there were count them two priests at my wedding. So to me, Christmas is more of a time to get together with family, spend time doing things that I enjoy, and to make special memories with my children and with my husband, and also a time for reflection of how the past year has gone. Given that there's more of a time off available around Christmas in the society that I live in, I feel like there's not as much emphasis on New Year's as a holiday in and of itself, so I take the opportunity for around the Christmas time to be a time for me to think about how the past year went, what things I might like to have be different in the upcoming year, or what things that I really love and want to keep the same and do more of. So that's my answers to number one and two, and now we'll go on to number three. Sorry, that cut off, so I'm just going to restart the question. So number three, where do you usually celebrate Christmas? So up until this year, we typically spent some time with family, either my husband's family when we lived in California, or my family when we lived in Ohio. Now we live in Connecticut, so we do not have any family here. So we're planning on it being just a very quiet time at home with the kids. But we would usually go over to my mom and stepdad's house in the morning. So we'd usually get up pretty early, try to be over there by like 10 or 11. And then my sister would get there, I don't know, like at 1 or something like that. It really would depend on her work schedule. And then we would open gifts and just hang out basically for the rest of the day, and then pack up everything into the car as it's getting dark. And usually we'd get home and the kids kind of pass out, and then the next day they just wake up and they get to play some with their gifts. I usually have the day after Christmas off as well. I try to take it off because it's pretty tiring. So that's usually what we do for Christmas. I have not seen my dad for the last 2 years at Christmas time, because he moved to more like southern Ohio, which was more of a drive, so we couldn't do both of them. So we also would try to get together with him at some point during the holiday to spend time together. So number four, where would you like to celebrate Christmas once? I would love to go and spend Christmas with Disa and her family in Sweden. I think it would be really fun. It would be neat to see the different traditions and just to sit together and knit and drink hot chocolate every day for like a good solid week. I have pretty small goals in terms of life. I just want to go and sit and knit with people. Number five, what is your must-have winter accessory? This is a tough one. So socks are kind of a year-round accessory. I don't think that's what this is intended to ask. So I would say mittens, because I have a lot of issues with my hands, and especially my fingers getting very, very cold. So I need something to keep my hands warm. I can deal with my head being cold for a little while, but cold fingers, man, I can't handle it. Number six, what is your favorite Christmas decoration? Gnomes. Now, I have a lot of gnome and frog ornaments on my tree. So I guess the Christmas tree, because you get to have a lot of different decorations on it and you can really personalize it and make it your own. What is your favorite holiday food and sweet treat? Um, Favorite holiday food? I really love cranberry sauce. So I love making my own cranberry sauce and putting some clementine zest into it. And we usually make enough of it so that we can have like a big jar for Joshua to eat it like jelly because he loves cranberry sauce sandwiches. So we've got it around for a little while, but I really love that. And then as far as sweet treats, cookies. I love having Christmas cookies. All right, my favorite Christmas movie, quote something from it. I don't really watch Christmas movies. So I guess it would be Love Actually, which isn't even really a Christmas movie. It's just a movie that happens at Christmas time. And I love the whole Hugh Grant's character's relationship with the woman that works with him and how that kind of develops over time. And then at the end when he's going around and trying to find her on her street. Number 9, when do you start buying or making Christmas gifts? I wish it was sooner, but usually around Halloween is when I go, oh crap, there's not very long left for Christmas. And I like to try to have at least one homemade present for each of the kids. So I do need to think ahead a little bit about that. What tops your tree? A very blingy star. It used to have this really huge, obnoxious jewel in the middle of it, but that fell out because it's like wire, and then it's got like beading all over it. And yeah, like I said, it had this big jewel. We tried rewiring it a couple of times, but it kept falling out, so now it just doesn't have it. I will try to take a picture if I can to share with you because I love it. We got it at World Market, and we've had it for, gosh, as long as Josh and I have been having a Christmas tree, which I think we started having one when we moved to Ohio, so 10 years now. Okay, when do you put up your Christmas tree? We usually do it the day after Thanksgiving. So typically when we went somewhere else for Thanksgiving, after we came home, we would actually set it up either that evening, just the tree itself, or the next day we would do start to finish. So we have an artificial tree. This year we ran into some technical difficulties because of the part for converting it from a taller tree to a shorter tree. So it did not get set up until I think the first week of December, but that's really late for us. Okay. Self-made presents, yay or nay? Yay. I love self-made presents. I try to, like I said, sew pajamas for each of the kids for Christmas, and usually I knit them a Christmas sweater as well. This year that is probably not going to happen, but we're not going anywhere, so there's not going to be fancy Christmas pictures, so no worries. I will knit them a sweater this year because, you know, wintertime, and they need one. Tell us a family Christmas tradition. So my favorite Christmas tradition, sorry, I'm checking the driveway just because the Joshuas might come home soon. My favorite family Christmas tradition was baking cookies. So my sister and I used to get out all of my mom's cookbooks and pick out like 4 or 5 different cookie recipes, and we would just demolish the kitchen, like making all of these different cookies. And that was really fun. So I do try every year to bake with the kids. This year, because I did the cookie exchange, I did the same amount of cookies, but they were all one kind of cookie. But we did still do cookies together, as you saw in my vlogmas. So that is something that I very much enjoy and try to do every year. Number 14, do you have a holiday or Christmas knitting tradition? I would say the knitting Christmas sweaters for both of my kids is probably a holiday or Christmas knitting tradition. I also have recently adopted the Christmas Eve cast on because I like the idea. So it is from Danny of the Little Bobbins podcast. So they would cast on, or she would cast on something for herself on Christmas Eve, a special project. So I have done that the last few years. I also do a cast on New Year's Eve because I think it's a nice way to go into the new year, starting a new project. So that's that. And then number 15, what is your knitting related Christmas wish? Don't know if I really have one. I guess more knitting time. Or maybe a subscription to a knitting magazine. So I buy like all of the separate issues of Making and Pom Pom. But if I could afford a subscription to Pom Pom, I would just freaking subscribe. And then I could not have to worry about going and trying to scrounge up a copy whenever it comes out. Same for Making. I really love that magazine, so a subscription for that would be really nice. But otherwise, I feel like I pretty much can get the yarn that I want. Not all the time, but you know, I have enough yarn. So anyway, thank you so much, Anna, for tagging me. This was really fun. And in the spirit of giving, I will tag some other podcasters to see if they would like to do this. So I will tag Disa from Disa's Craftwork podcast. She's also doing a vlogmas. And I will tag Jilly from the Knitting Broomstick podcast. So if you both are so inclined, you can do these 15 questions in your vlogmases or in a separate episode, whatever you would like. And I will see you all later. Bye.